Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Rick Wallace weighing in this morning. Hope everybody's gotten their day off to a good start. It's been a great morning for me so far. I'm looking forward to a great day. I'm actually excited. Anytime that I hit a milestone, I get excited as if it was the first time. I changed order of release on my lineup of books that are coming. The next release was supposed to be Born in Captivity, Psychopathology as the Legacy of Slavery, which is a highly comprehensive book ranging somewhere. The finished product's probably going to be 400 plus, maybe 500 pages. The way I'm putting it together, the order of chapters and everything like that is something I'm giving a lot of detail and consideration to. So I am still working on it. It's there, but it's not ready. But at the same time, I've been simultaneously working on a number of other book projects that are coming that are more focused on personal development, personal progression, self-help, self-growth, self-discovery, self-awareness, all of those different things. And I'm going to do a short book series, meaning that I'm going to do a series of books that are going to be 150 pages, or in most instances, 100 pages or less. And they're going to focus on one real specific issue or topic or function, so that can be a great deal of focus on what's being read, instead of putting an entire compass together. It's going to be one area that you can look at and say, okay, I want to work on this area in my life. And you can go to that book and that's going to be that area. It's going to explain how it works. It's going to explain how you change it, and you're going to get right to it. I'm excited because today is, I'm officially releasing the next published book, which is book number 18. And it is, no, book number 17. 17 was supposed to be Born in Captivity, but it's now a book entitled Your Mind is the Genesis of Your Destiny. And in Your Mind is the Genesis of Your Destiny, we're talking about the power of your thoughts, how your thoughts control your actions, your habits, the energy you emit, and so many other things, how it functions as an immaterial element, but how also your subconscious mind and your conscious mind are connected actually neurologically and biologically by the reticular activating system, which is located at in the core of the brain stem. I explain all of that in relatively short form. It's an easy read. It's probably can be read in an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops, and it gets to the point. Inquire more about that, but that's not why I'm here today. But I want to share that I'm excited about that. A wonderful way to get a day started. And it's just about anything you do. It's simply about saying, this is what my life is about. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm willing to accept. This is what I'm not willing to accept for my life. One of the things that I don't accept in my life, for myself and for anyone around me, are excuses. Sometimes I hit my mark. Sometimes I don't. When I don't, I look at myself. I find out what I did that cost me. I don't look at external forces, because external forces don't have the final say so in my life. I can't control what other people do in any stretch form, but I can control how I respond to what other people do. I can control how I respond to my environment, how I respond to resistance, to delay, to disappointment, to all the things that are going to come in life no matter what I do. Some things are just going to happen that are out of my control. But what I do is I control how I respond to them, and how I respond to them will determine where I end up. And so being able to say that I've completed book number 17 and about to drop book number 18 within weeks, and then we'll have another book before the end of the year. It's just one thing that I've been able to do and accomplish simply because I've set my mind and set my standards at a level that says keep pushing. There's so much more that I'm doing with the Visionetics Institute and the Odyssey Media Group, Myriad Business Solutions, Master Fitness 21, the Odyssey Project, and so much more. So I'm excited about that. But let's talk now. One thing you can get if you scroll down social media, news feeds, Twitter, Instagram is somebody talking about their haters. What their haters are saying about them, how their haters are acting, what the haters are doing. My haters, my haters, my haters. If you ask me, I don't have any haters. Cause see, when you ascribe someone the term of hater, you are ascribing a sense of power to that person to impact your life because of the gravity that has been given to that term. When you acknowledge somebody as a hater, it says, I know you're there and it bothers me that you're there. And and so when I look at it, I know I have detractors. I have people who gossip about me behind my back. I have backbiters. I have people who whisper and say things. I have people who are secretly wishing for my demise. I know all of these things. Because see, we live in a culture where it's easier to be negatively impacted are disturbed by the successes of others rather than celebrate the successes of others. It's easier for us to look at what somebody else is doing and accomplishing and feel bad about it. We can celebrate somebody's success as long as we don't interpret their success as being a greater success than we've accomplished. We have a problem with seeing people climb and rise. And so the concept of haterism is nothing new. It's just a term that's been thrown out there over the last 20 or so years. But the thing about it is that people who cannot celebrate your advancement, your progression, have always been around. A lot of them are going to be in your immediate periphery. That tight little circle that people you call friends are secretly hoping that you fail. Some of the people in your family can't stand you because you have this certain standard or aura about you that you feel yourself, or that you think you got it, or you know it all, or whatever people like to say about you. People will find the things that you're not good at to marginalize the things you're great at. That's just how things are. But let me explain something to you. Stop ascribing that term to people. Stop acknowledging their existence. Be aware of them, but don't give them the power of ascribing them that term hater, because then you're giving them power to impact how you feel, how you move, and you'll watch us. If you don't watch yourself, you'll start making decisions and moves in a way to prove to them that you're worthy of your position, your place, your ideology, where you're headed in life, your goals, and you'll start to play your life out for them. They don't deserve a spot in the narrative of what you're doing in your life. You're writing your narrative with your thoughts. You're writing your narrative with your directive, your emotions, how you feel, the energy you emit, what you expect and believe for yourself. Each and every day when you wake up, you should have an expectation of what your day is going to be like. You should be writing it in your mind through your thoughts, writing it through your words, speaking it over and over again until it becomes reality through your behavior. And you can only produce what you plant. And when you convince yourself to start producing the seeds of advancement and progression, there's nothing in this world can stop you from reaping the harvest. No hater, no detractor, no gossiper, no backbiter, nobody that's throwing obstacles out in front of you, nobody that's trying to do everything in their power to break you down, minimalize you, marginalize you. Yes, there are some things wrong. I have a number of things that I'm working on me with every day. I realize that I am always a work in progress. I am never perfect. I don't have all the answers, but I refuse to allow anyone to come into my periphery and remind me of what I used to be, or remind me of my faults for the purpose of trying to marginalize my areas of greatness and excellence. There are certain areas I perform highly well in. There are certain areas I'm extremely excellent in what I do. There are certain areas I am a straight out beast at, and nobody can change that. I worked hard to be where I am in those areas. I worked hard to excel in those areas. And now let me slow down a minute. We've got to be careful also by what we define as haters. Some of us are defining our friends who are just simply straightforward and honest in our lives with being haters because they won't let us get away with some of the bull crap we trying to get away with. See, I have never, no matter what phase I've been in my life, had yes men in my corner. People that tell me how awesome I am, and people who tell me how great and all this and tell me everything I do is just grand. See, I can do that for myself. I can rub my own back, stroke my own ego, tell myself I'm a beast. Matter of fact, every morning I wake up, I tell myself I'm a beast. I tell myself I'm going out and I'm going to get it. I tell myself that I can do anything that I set my mind to. So I don't need anyone to tell me that. What I need is somebody to say, man, I believe in you. I got her. And anybody else that wants to join the ranks, more than welcome, but I got her. And then I need somebody to sit up and be honest with me. She does that as well, but I need my friend. I got some confidants like Michael Blanchard and Michael Jordan and some other cats that Will Williamson, some other guys that will sit up and be honest with me. Some guys I can share with and be honest with. Some guys like that I mentor that have the authority in my life to come to me and tell me when my slip is hanging. And so every time somebody tells you something you don't feel good when they tell you, it's not a hater. But see, you can tell the person who's speaking honestly to you and pulling your coattail by how they perform in your life on a consistent basis. See, if that person is always there, always big up in you, always celebrating when you make something happen, and always in your corner, you got people coming to you telling you about how well they represent and talk about you. When they come to you, you got to stop and listen, because they really care about who you are and they don't want to see you crash. But see, if you get most of what someone is saying about you from someone else and it's always negative and they've never come to you and talked to you about it face to face, yeah, you can ascribe to them a person that's a detractor. But don't call them a hater. Don't give them that power. And like one of my favorite songs is actually Hate on Me by Jill Scott. I absolutely love that song. I love the beat. The track is off the chain, but I love the words. What she said in that song is a part that says, no matter what I do, you're going to be miserable. There are some people that simply are hell bent on being miserable. And there's nothing you can do to please them. There's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do to please them. You can sit up and do everything you can no matter what you do. Like I say, I can provide the answer to world peace. I can provide the answer to economic stress. And you still be mad at me. You still be upset. There'll be something wrong with me because you are hell bent on being miserable. You can't focus on what it is you need to do in your life. You've already given up on your dreams. And now you're focusing on destroying as many other dreams as you possibly can so that you can have company. But there's a point in that song at the end that I absolutely love, and it expresses where I'm at in my life. It says, you cannot hate on me because my mind is free. I see my destiny, so shall it be. Catch that real quick. You cannot hate on me because my mind is free. In other words, you don't have access to my mind. My mind has been liberated to believe and think as I needed to think in order to produce the things I needed to produce. You don't have access to it, so you don't have power over my life. You are an external force. I operate from internal mechanisms, momentum, and power. It says, you cannot hate on me because my mind is free. I see my destiny, so shall it be. Hate on me all you want to, but you have no power to stop the train and the momentum and force of what is my destiny. The very definition of destiny, which I have given to you many times, is that no matter how hard you try to stop it, you only ensure that it happens. You are part of my destiny when you get in my way. That obstacle is a part of the strengthening process. That frustration is a part of the strengthening process. That disappointment is a part of the strengthening process. That delay is a part of the strengthening process. You are in control of your life, your thoughts, how you interpret your situations, what you accept from yourself, what you are no longer willing to tolerate. Basically, you get what you are and you get what you tolerate. You are whatever you tolerate. Whatever you're willing to tolerate in your life sets the standard of your life. If you tolerate excuses, you will always find a reason why you can't get anything done. If you tolerate low quality, low standard, You'll never produce anything of excellence that will solidify your position in any industry, in any job, in any career. Whatever you tolerate. If you tolerate deception, you'll always be capricious in your decisions. You'll always be capricious in your movement and your behaviors. You simply will get out of life what you're willing to tolerate. When you lower your tolerance for the negative forces in life, you will raise your performance. It's raising your standards. That's what it is. It's saying what I want out of life and what it takes to get it, what I'm no longer willing to accept and what I'm demanding of myself. All of what everybody else thinks about you is irrelevant. Stop looking for validation outside of yourself. Look inside of yourself. Everything you need to validate who you are is within. I love you guys. Like I said, get excited about what life has in store for you. Get excited about the fact that you're writing the narrative of your life. And anytime that you're not liking what you're getting in life, you can simply change the narrative. That's the power you have as a human. That's the power you have as a person. You can change the narrative of your life by changing your thoughts, to focus on something greater, to set a higher standard of expectation. Remember, God and the universe meet you at the level of your expectations. You will never get out of life anything more than what you expect from yourself. I love you. I'm going to down E. I advise you and invite you to do the same thing. Don't leave anything behind. I'm out of here. Peace.